All right, welcome to the Transpositions Weekly. This is Bree McCune, and I have just some news that it just came to my attention, but I guess this happened last month. But they finally did it. They crossed the line. They did the one thing that they should never have done. They they came for Dolly. So yes, the right came for Dolly Parton. Uh, if you don't know who Dolly Parton is, I don't know what to tell you. You've been under a rock. You've been the only person. The only person I think that has inspired more like drag queens and stuff than Dolly Parton would probably be maybe I don't know, Elvira maybe or somebody like that. But Dolly is a queer icon, right? She's yeah uh, her aesthetic and her I don't give a about what you have to say about me. I'm going to be a good person and do what's right. Dolly Parton's a wonderful person. She, the people in her hometown where she went to school, she still gives them that money when they finish school because they had the lowest graduating turnout in the country, and she went in and personally fixed it. She's a good person, tries to do good things. She's a good Christian person too. She's devout as far as I can tell, but apparently, there's nothing loving about Dolly Parton's false gospel. What? Yeah, this is a write up by Erica Anderson. 50 years after her original rise to stardom, Dolly Parton has released her highest charting album and is more beloved than ever. Initially known for her songwriting skills and beauty, she's still known for her songwriting skills and beauty. She's still a freaking queen. Parton has entered her golden years as a secular American saint. In a world where division is the default, she collects fans on every political stripe, refusing to denigrate anyone, and regularly proclaims, "I love everyone." I think we have a clip of her saying that, or she said it here. Um, Yeah, here we go. Here's Dolly being problematic to the right wing.
I think everybody should be treated with respect. I don't judge people. I try not to get too caught up in all the controversy of things. I hope that everybody gets a chance to be who and what they are. I just know if I have to pee, I'm going to pee. I don't care where it's going to be. I think everybody should be treated with respect.
She's gonna pee, y'all. So that's the thing. This is in response to the drag bill, or not the drag bill, the drag bill in Tennessee, in the bathroom bills that they proposed in Tennessee, because Tennessee is, it's her home. This response is usually seen as a nod towards the LGBT alliance during interviews with media folks, forever fixated on this particular group, like yourself, Erica. Like other universally adored figures such as The Rock, I don't think so. The Rock's kind of problematic. Remember when The Rock, the multi-millionaire, was begging for us to donate to Hawaii after the fires instead of using his millions? Anyway, he's right there at Oprah. And the late Betty White, yeah, Betty White she went to her grave, beloved. Parton is a beloved icon who generally steers clear of controversy. She would never, for example, speak negatively of those who disagree with her on LGBT acceptance. All of the neutrality might be fine if she didn't consistently pivot to her faith as reasons for this love is love talking point, because she's actually read the Bible and maybe listened to Jesus when he said, "Hey, love your neighbor no matter what, and I'll sort it out when we get to in the end." Maybe that's what she's talking about. Maybe you missed a verse there, Erica. Let's see. When asked about her diverse community of fans, Parton always mentions Christianity, saying she does her best not to judge and to only love for that reason. But Parton's version of love, which includes condoning immoral sexual behavior, to be who you are, she said. This is... Oh, that's that one. Oh. Don't want to lose my place. Yeah, immoral behavior. Here, there we go. We got more Dolly videos to come, but just first, I'm just gonna finish reading this first. Is unaligned with. Okay, we'll read the sentence over again. Parton's version of love, which includes condoning immoral sexual behavior, be who you are, she said, is unaligned with God's vision for humanity. So, your imaginary friend doesn't like me. I don't care. Like so many secularized spiritual leaders, Parton equates love with agreement. But the two are not reciprocal. Love doesn't mean we must accept sinful as good to avoid hurting someone's feelings. It's a reminder to be careful when looking to cultural Christians to light the way. For example, we love to hear Stephen Colbert testify about following Christ, but when he rants against the overturn of Roe versus Wade, it's clear he's misguided. Overturning Roe versus Wade was basically a human rights violation. I don't know what you're talking about, Erica. Similarly, in the same week that Parton mentioned her upbringing in the church, The Advocate, a large circulation magazine, called her an LGBTQ plus icon. And her rhinestone-studded flashy outfits, big hair, and infamous chest have inspired many a drag queen. Exactly. That is not her fault, but she does seem to indulge in it. Yeah, she's entered like drag queen contests and stuff, and like won second place, I think. That she did. I don't know what year that was, but anyway, you say things in a way that includes everyone. Drew Barrymore told Parton on her talk show. These buzzwords, inclusion, acceptance, and love. This is like reminds me of that woman who campaigned against them teaching empathy in school. It's like, what's wrong with these people? Inclusion, acceptance, and love are what these people are rallied against. That's the enemy. That's who they see as the problem in our society. Inclusion, acceptance, and love usually means only one thing to leftists, but Dolly is the rare character who extends that meaning to others as well, namely conservatives. Pressed to condemn former President Trump recently, she refused, saying, I have a lot of fans out there, and I don't want to offend anybody. Parton often defaults to humility as her reason for staying out of politics and partisanship. I'm not a good enough person or a good enough Christian to judge and criticize other people, she told Barrymore. This, however, is her get-out-of-jail-free card. Who's going to argue with it? She's not alone in the avoidance tactic. Christians often use the let him who is without sin cast the first stone scripture verse to sidestep addressing sin directly. Parton does exactly the same thing here. Even Christian singer Laura Daigle has got caught up in this trap, saying, I'm not God, when asked if homosexual behavior is a sin. So these people are literally mad because these country singers won't condemn us, won't say that we're bad. To be sure, the culture is on a constant witch hunt for those who call homosexuality sinful. I understand wanting to avoid the avalanche of criticism, but calling sin out by name isn't judgment, it's adhering to Scripture. If adhering to Scripture would be letting Jesus sort it out, wouldn't it? Letting Jesus do it. Parton has no problem identifying another kind of sin, saying judging others is just as bad as any other sin. I guess she is good enough Christian to call that one out. Oh, goodness. Furthermore, it's illogical to avoid taking a stand on something simply because of imperfection of human nature. If this were the case, we couldn't call anything wrong. Like most people, I too love Parton. She's fun, beautiful, confident, and spunky at 78. I'd vote for Dolly if she went on the ticket. I'd be like, sorry to everybody for letting you down, but I'm voting Dolly this election cycle. I appreciate that she refuses to condemn the conservatives as so many Hollywood Democrats do. But according to scripture, she's wrong on the issue of homosexuality. She's right that all should be treated with love and kindness, but when she refuses to label sin as sin, we're doing more harm than good. The gospel of Dolly Parton is popular with the masses, but don't bank your eternity on it. And this, again, was Erica Anderson, who is writing for The Federalist. I don't want to subscribe to your channel thing here. Okay, I gotta clear this out. Man, you gotta jump through all kinds of hoops to get this thing out of the way. There we go. So this is the lady who's coming at Dolly Parton. This woman coming at Dolly. Faith burnout is real. She's like a very, very religious writer. This is the article about where she was saying, "I'm gonna pee where I need to pee if I need to pee." Here I think this is the Drew Barrymore interview that was mentioned. Let's see. It's only a minute. It's doing the TikTok thing where if you don't look at it for 2 minutes, it locks up. Let me try this.
You say things in a way that is so who you are and what you believe, and yet you say it in a way that includes everybody else.
Well, I love everybody. I always know that there's that little godlike, that little thing in every human being, and I try to go to that because I know that nobody would be the way they are if they could be different. It's like I wrote a song called "Whatever You Are, Be That. Whatever you do, do that." Because anything else is just an act. So whoever you are, be that. And I'm not a good enough person or a good enough Christian to judge and criticize other people. I want to be loved and accepted. So the least I can do is to try to love and accept other people. And I love the difference in people.
Me too.
Just like that spice, the variety of life being spice, I mean, if everybody was the same, it would be a boring life, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So literally mad that Dolly Parton is like an all-around nice person.
The country is so divided right now, and you are one of the few people who appeals to Democrats, Republicans, evangelicals, the LGBTQ community. Everyone loves you. What is your secret? And what do you think it is about your message that makes everybody in America love you?
Well, I just love everybody. I just try to find the God light in people, and I try to play to that. I try not to be judgmental because I grew up very spiritual.
Hold on, I know this is off topic, but her freaking makeup is always on point. Like, you are a goddess, woman. Jeez.
In a church, my grandpa was a preacher, and I just think we should just love each other and not try to judge and find the good in us and kind of just pray for the bad and just accept people as they are.
Yeah.
So, love people.
Yeah, and that's her on The View. So, this woman did backpedal and ended up apologizing to fans. A Christian writer attacked Dolly Parton for being pro-LGBT plus. Didn't end well for the writer. Let's read some of the responses here. Okay, so right-wing writer Erica Anderson has apologized for criticizing Dolly Parton for the conservative online outlet The Federalist. The piece, titled "There's Nothing Loving About Dolly Parton's False Gospel," has had Parton's fans in an uproar since this was published on June 6th. In it, Anderson ripped into the Jolene singer, Jolene, for the long-standing support of the LGBTQ plus community, and particularly for citing her Christianity as the source. Parton's version of love, which includes condoning immoral sexual behavior, be who you are, she said, is unaligned with God's vision for humanity, Anderson writes. Like so many secularized spiritual leaders, Parton equates love with agreement, but the two are not reciprocal. Love doesn't mean we must accept sinfulness as good to avoid hurting someone's feelings. As recently as last November, Parton spoke about how her faith has influenced her support of the LGBTQ plus community and her awareness of how anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ rhetoric affect them. I try not to get into politics or of everything. I try to get into the human element of it. I have some of everybody in my own immediate family and in my circle of employees. I've got transgender people, I've got gays, I've got lesbians, I've got drunks, I've got drug addicts, all within my own family. I know and love all of them and do not judge, she told The Hollywood Reporter. I know and love all of them and do not judge. And I just see how brokenhearted they get over certain things, and I know how real they are. I know how important this is to them. That's who they are. They cannot help that anyone more, or that any more than I can help being Dolly Parton. You know the way people know me. If there's something to be judged, that is God's business, but we are all God's children, and how we are is who we are. Given Parton's large, devoted fan base, Anderson was clearly playing with fire when she decided to call out the 9 to 5 singer, and Parton's fans responded in kind. They came for Dolly, wrote one fan on X, formerly Twitter. We ride at dawn. No, you don't come at Dolly Parton. You absolutely do not, wrote another user. I'm not 100% sure Dolly Parton isn't Jesus Christ. Maybe she's the second coming, and quite frankly, I will follow her into glory. Another posted, the Federalists can shut their drunk mouths. Dolly is a legend. Absolutely, don't come for Dolly. Dolly is a national treasure. Best to leave her alone. If you do not know what you're fucking with, or who you're fucking with, yeah, she's fucking Dolly Parton. What are you thinking? Amid the widespread backlash, Anderson apologized for attacking Parton over the weekend. I regret using Dolly as an example for the point I was making in the article, she told Yahoo Entertainment Saturday. As I wrote this in the piece, I love her and think she does some incredible things for the world. We all make poor choices in how to frame things sometimes. This was one of those moments for me. Dolly is one of the few people who is beloved by all, who loves all, and the world is lucky to have her. Notably, Anderson, who had written op-eds on Christian issues for the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, had nothing to say about her own LGBTQ plus, or anti-LGBTQ plus views, or her twisted take on Christ's commandment to judge not lest ye be judged. Yeah, because she did go after that verse of scripture. So yeah, they came at Dolly, and then they found out, and then they backtracked. Yes, we just need to keep them backpedaling. We just put Dolly out in front, and maybe Chappell Roan, some of these other Taylor Swift, all these people, these icons that stand with the queer community. Put them out front to be the voice, because people listen. And yes, it does happen to be that all these women are cis white women, but that's just our society, unfortunately, that's where, so, everybody and anybody can come together and work on this message, of course, right? But these people, the Erica Andersons of the world, are not going to listen to a trans woman. They're not going to listen to a black woman. They're not going to listen to a lesbian. They're just not. But if another cis white woman comes up to them and says this to their face, maybe they'll get the point. Maybe it'll make a difference. We'll see. This has been the Transpositions Weekly, and I'm Bree McCune, and we'll see you next week.